And live in the Beat Studios, please welcome Calum Scott, everybody.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Oh, so nice of you to drop by. I know you're like hours away from going on stage.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, the nerves are starting to bury in. I'm starting to shake a little bit, starting to get a little bit nervous.
I don't think you have. I think you've shaken the nerves after a couple of years, no?
I don't know. I think I always still get them almost exactly as intense as I did back then, because I think I just want to give the best performance. So I just worry, like, it's the same thing with every artist. It's like you come towards this show and you're like, what if I forget all of the lyrics to my songs? What if I have a wardrobe malfunction? What if I fall? So I just get nervous every time.
Oh, now you're stressing me out.
Yeah.
So before you came in here, I had my Calum Scott playlist going.
Okay.
And I realized, like, you're really, really good at making people cry. You realize that?
Yeah, that's become a little bit of a superpower of mine, unfortunately.
So is that a satisfaction for you when you see tears in someone's eyes? Like you like, yeah.
Sound like a psychopath. Yes and no. I think for me, just touring is always my favorite part of music because you get to see firsthand the effect that you have with your audience. And I'm very lucky that my audience has resonated with my music across the world, and it tends to be the emotional ones. And so when I sing those songs, you can just see the lights in people's eyes, man. It's so magical because they, say, for example, You Are the Reason. You see almost all of the crowd singing the song at the same time. And it's like in each person's eyes, you see their own memory or their own moment or their own person that they're thinking of when they sing it. It's just Harry Potter magic, that kind of stuff.
I must confess, I was watching your Britain's Got Talent performance today on my phone, and I teared up a bit.
Yeah, it's an emotional one. I guess I was born into it.
And I'm also thinking, like, at that moment, that's not the Calum Scott like that people are going to come and know. Like your sort of innocence changed at that moment, if that's a way to phrase it.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm still the same guy deep down, but I think I've just become more confident. I've become more aware of the music industry and what to do, and I've perfected my craft. But at the heart, I'm still just that young lad from Yorkshire that wants to make a difference. So.
And there's a lot of talk going in the music world these days about fame and the good and the bad of it. So you've got an experience now. You've had a taste of fame.
Yeah.
Good, bad, life-changing.
All of the above.
Yeah.
All of the above. I don't. For me, I don't really like fame too much. For me, I never got into it for that, and it's not something I thrive off of. It's cool to be noticed in the street and to have pictures with people and to have that impact on people, but that's not what I'm in it for. And fame doesn't really feel real. I being chased down the street for a picture feels a bit like a strange dream. For me, the real impact is when I go to my shows and I see people message me afterwards saying, like, it was so good to see you live, and this song means this to me, and this song saved my life. And when you get that for me is the whole reason why I'm into music. So I tend to have a balance. I spend a lot of time at home to keep my feet on the ground. And then dip back into celebrity every now and again, and I try and keep that balance.
I know you toured with Ed Sheeran. Did he give you any tips or advice? Was he a mentor to you?
Yeah, I mean, just watching him do his thing was like a lesson every night. I was sat there with my notepad scribbling notes, but he's just a great person, and he's exactly how you'd expect him to be. He's just a nice guy. He works hard. We didn't get too much time to spend together because everybody wants a piece of Ed Sheeran. But we did get a little bit of time together, and when we did, he kind of helped me with how I saw the industry and how I saw my music choices and how to pick a single. And the most memorable thing he said to me is, when you're in these stadiums, don't think of 70,000 individual people. Just think of one entire blob. He said, you're there to entertain the blob. Yeah, and that helped.
It's funny, they teach you that in radio day one.
Right.
You're not talking to 5,000 people. You're talking to one person.
Right.
Who's listening alone 5,000 different times.
Yeah, 100%. You got to, because there were some times he invited me out on his part of the show to sing You Are the Reason, which was ridiculous. And we sang it together, and it was incredible. But he made me take my earphones out and listen to the crowd sing. And that for me was like, there's very few times in music you get to be present like that. And it was just goosebumps. Having 70,000 people sing your song is unreal.
And you've got a new song to add to that playlist. It's coming out tomorrow, right?
Yes.
It's My World?
Yes.
And tell me about it.
So My World is a different way of saying I love you. You know, I see so many people saying, you know, on Facebook, they're like, my kids are my world, or my husband's my world, and I've just never heard somebody sing that, you know, that you are my world, you know. And so we got together with some new writers on this one, and a new production as well. I think when you listen to the first half of the song, you're kind of caught off guard by the chorus, which is this big explosive, big drum section. But it's just such a release. You know, it feels like ecstasy. It has that vibe to it that just feels empowering and beautiful and euphoric. So yeah, I'm excited for people to hear this one.
Is it going to make us cry again?
I hope so. If it doesn't, I've not done my job well.
Yeah. All right. And like we said, you're going on stage in a couple hours.
Couple of hours.
We got Montrealers listening right now who are on their way to the show. What do you want to tell them?
I want to say merci beaucoup for coming to see me tonight. Honestly, it will mean the world to me. You'll see it on stage. Thank you so much for being just such loyal fans from such a distance across the pond. And the only way that I can repay that love and that loyalty is by keeping on coming to Montreal again and again and again. So thank you so much.
See, you're making us cry again.
Job well done.
Calum Scott, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.